After playing as much Elden Ring and Dark Souls as I've been so far, and watching the amount of shows I've been watching in my entire series, entire show, my entire channel, my entire discography, I have discovered that I must be some S-tier, top-of-the-line masochist. Like, if there's power scaling for masochists, right, you have people who enjoy reading or watching shows that have no ending, and then you have people who purposely watch shit they don't enjoy just to tell people they don't enjoy the non-stop, right? Like, there are other levels, but those two have to be top of the cream for in terms of entertainment, because, like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, entertainment is meant to be entertaining, not torturous, unless you enjoy the torture. Speaking of torture, perfect segue, the show here is Enslaved Nurses, what I'm reviewing, and what's up, guys? Evan47, and welcome to Watch Plus. I'm gonna go anyway. I was gonna give this a genuine, like, good old hardened Christian try of a script and everything, but the problem with this show is that, like, it doesn't deserve a script, because the ending is a sort of like nobody was ever going to be happy type ending. It's always one of those endings that's like just despair and agony, if you really think about it, because basically it ends like this: when they finally usurped the people who captured them and made them slaves, as the title suggests, they had to stay, because if they left, the amount of torture that was inflicted on them was permanently altering their brain chemistry, and therefore if they leave the premises of said torturous environment, they would literally decompose, die, hollow out, lose their mind, etc., etc. Otherwise, not be the same. So they're stuck there. Even if they garner true freedom, they can't experience it because they have been fucked so hard. Pun intended, by the way. So the plot here, we got Yusuke, who is a doctor, I believe, coming into this new up-and-coming nursing home that's strictly for men, which is a mini red flag already. It's in a Tanagakuro village. Very, very small, in the middle of the nowhere, neck of the woods type place. You have star casts such as Mikaru, Natsuki, and Eri as the staff members. You have Psycho as the head of all directors. These are like the main nursing slash assistants that are in the facility of like over 100 men that are like 70, 60 plus. And it's like, huh, I sure wonder how they're going to explain how they're going to keep all these men satisfied, since the name of the title suggests slave nurses. Once you have that premise settled, Yusuke, with no hesitation, lays with Psycho, the head doctor of the entire premises, and then we kind of find out that she is there to bring out the true potential within him, which has been shown and flashed throughout the series. So apparently this man is having like PTSD, schizophrenic flashes of him going through all of the nurses on the campus, even though he's never met them in his entire life. Sequences where he's like having tortured, tied up, and beaten like constantly. I guess like Call of Duty Black Ops flashback with the Mason, what? Like that type of stuff. And it's crazy because we're gonna find out he actually did all that stuff in flashbacks. So the fact that he's done it, erased his memory, then came back anew as if nothing happened, is crazy to me. Mainly because of the fact that he had to have done it for it to even be a concept in his mind to think about. What I'm saying is, when he got there for his very first day, he's already having flashbacks, so that means he must have already been there. Basically, no reincarnation, no nothing, nothing too crazy. So we're gonna find out the main reason why our boy here wants this place kept running with Psycho as the head doctor in charge, because Psycho is crazy enough to indulge in their sexual fantasies, and also on top of that, Ida and Tomi want to remain immortal, and they've been immortal since like the 1800s. And how they remain immortal, you ask? Great question. So there's two components to why they remain immortal. Number one is this D-Wave type of signature that they have going on, emitting in the entire facility, that basically makes everybody just ravishly down bad. そこでは女の肉体が欲しくて欲しくて舌なめずりしている単なるオス。失礼します。そう、あなたはオス。そのためにここに来てもらったのだから。はい、間はうまくやったようです。タガが外れるのは時間の問題でしょう。また。 And to the point where if they go without hearing that noise in a sort of like a sound therapy-esque environment, that their body will begin to deteriorate. They become addicted to the noise as a concept. And Pavlovian effect, side effects of you being down bad as well. So what we got here as well is that Yosuke was there to impregnate all the nurses who were addicted to the noise, so therefore they can breed children who are immortal, because the noise itself, with the capabilities like I mentioned before of superhuman regeneration, could lead to immortality. And Ida and Tomi are examples of that. Wouldn't it be better to find out if, number one, the men that you want to be addicted to the D-wave noise, which is like a component to the immortality sense, if you want him to be able to accept it, be regenerative, and then make more babies, shouldn't your focus be not on older men as this retirement home, but instead shouldn't be like on some like gamer recruit or something like that? Like why are you focusing on niggas who are infertile? It doesn't make any sense to me.
So I can do some gamer math to try to determine whether or not this was all, why this was all based in the retirement home. I have a feeling it's one of two reasons. Either one, you got Ida here, who's a senator, Tomi was his backup, and this other guy looks like Albert Einstein here. You know, this trifecta, and they wanted to hook their buddies up with this immortality serum / infinite regeneration serum. And then in turn, they can make their own army, like I mentioned before, because the whole reason they were trying to get compatible participants that are males to impregnate these women is so they can create more of the juices that you see here that lights everything on fire, right? So they did all that to help their friends. Or number two, they just wanted an easy front to have younger men come to the facility, so they would be ravishly horny at all times. They're gonna be like our boy here, balls to the walls, insane, just in heat at all times. Also the D-wave activated as well, it's just gonna amplify things and make it even worse. So regardless, that's why I think it's happening in an old person's home. I still think efficiency wise, this isn't the way to go about it if you're gonna be like this whole villainous route. I know you have like these gallons upon gallons of these yellow piss serum going on here, but you could have way more given the amount of people that have died under your hand already. You could have been pushing these out like they were fucking hostess hotcakes, Twinkies type shit, you know what I'm saying? But instead, you only have enough to fill this laboratory because you aren't thinking big picture, buddy. Come on, you're just big senator. You ain't thinking big picture. What's going on here? What's going on here? Come on! Basically, slave nurses, they had a couple moments where she was dodging a bullet and then basically kicked him in the fucking forehead like he was playing Neo. It's pretty funny, I'll admit. But other than that, it's been pretty, I would say it's a pretty chill show. Not that many body fluids, not that much gore. Only gore-esque scene there was, but it got instant gratification revenge, was when Albert Einstein over here was trying to burn Ares' pubes off, which, hey, you know, more power to you, I guess. And right when he was about to do it, a whole firefight happens, Psycho comes in, I'll show you the scene here, and next thing you know, bing, bang, boom, all three of them get lit up in fire and they all die. Psycho also dies. So basically, every single person in charge of this facility is now dead. So the only people who are alive are Yosuke and all of the remaining casts, you know, Eri, etc., etc., etc. And it ends off with a scene here, which I can't show you because they're basically just going at it non-stop. But they're like, yeah, you know, because the D-Wave is stuck here, however, we listen to the music and jam all night and have all these beautiful, sensual parties. The end. It's one of those endings where it's like, yeah, you know, they kind of had a happy ending going out, but at the same time, it's like, you guys will just die here. You know, like, that's crazy. And won't the cops come out eventually? They'll be like, hey, wait a minute. Why is there arson going on here? Wait a minute, I know you guys didn't build this facility on your own. Who are the main funders of this facility? Hey, wait a minute, why are there 4 dead bodies in the laboratory over here? Hey, wait a minute, why is there a laboratory over here? Hey, you know, a bunch of questions here, but I assume none of this will get addressed because, hey, this is about slave nurses, not investigation upon the conspiracy of making an immortality serum, which then led to killing multiple men and the torture and violation of multiple women. But, you know, it's beyond me. All right, guys, I'm out. If I do it matter, because I'm for the video. Good night. So far, I'm liking it. You know, I'm gonna try to keep going. Other words.